and Leckie's 2013 debut, Ancillary Justice, flew hard like a meteor through the skies of contemporary science fiction. A near unanimity of critical acclaim, enthusiastic adoption by fans, and a clean sweep of all the major SF awards, including the Hugo, Nebula, Arthur C. Clarke Kitschys and BSFA, unprecedented for a first novel, made it the genre event of the year. All the hullabaloo looks, perhaps, a little odd in retrospect. In many ways, Ancillary Justice is a good old-fashioned space adventure, set in the ruthless galactic empire of the Radsha, which is quasi-Roman with a few British Raj touches. A lot of tea gets drunk. The narrator, BREQ, is the last of what was formerly a huge collective consciousness running the spaceship Justice of Torin. The Radsha way is to capture individuals, mind-wipe and reprogram them to join these collective entities. BREQ, though, is on her own and out for revenge. Leckie does not deny her readers the satisfaction of adventure, intrigue and space battles, but she puts those things at the service of some richly rendered observations on the difference between loyalty and obedience, service and slavery. All characters are referred to by female pronouns because the Radsha don't distinguish gender, a simple but surprisingly effective strategy for disorienting readerly preconception. Two sequels, Ancillary Sword and Ancillary Mercy, carried Brecht's story to its conclusion, expanding Leckie's imaginary universe in pleasingly Ian M. Banksy ways, and Leckie found herself propelled, in short order, to the front of the genre. Success on this scale, though, can put a writer in an unenviable position. Expectations for Leckie's new novel are at fever pitch, which makes me wonder if a degree of anticlimax, deserved or otherwise, is almost inevitable. It turns out that Provenance is a thoroughly decent science fiction novel that is readable, absorbing and ever so slightly so what-ish. The novel is set in the same Radsha universe as Leckie's debut trilogy, although it doesn't directly continue Brecht's story. Instead we have Ingrid, an aristocratic young woman from the HWAE system, who borrows money against her future inheritance to pay for an individual called Paulad Budrakim to be smuggled out of Compassionate Removal, the euphemistic name for a rather horrible prison planet. Paulad's crime is the alleged theft of certain venerated historical artifacts, the recovery of which, Ingrid hopes, will secure valuable social status for her. But things go wrong straight away. Having spent all her money on the jailbreak, Ingrid is now poor, something for which her privileged upbringing has not prepared her. Her scheming brother is only too happy to exploit her disadvantage, and she quickly gets tangled up in both family power politics and more dangerous galactic treaty negotiations between potentially ferocious alien species. Provenance is intricately, if linearly and rather shallowly, plotted. It leans heavily on the likability of its protagonist to carry the reader through the ins and outs of its arcane social protocols, treaty terms and legal shenanigans. Ingrid is a likable heroine, but not a terribly remarkable one. Lots of SF nowadays is doing this sort of thing. The Lois McMaster Bujold and John Scalzi both come to mind, and Provenance reads as a less distinctive novel than its forebears. Instead of she as catch-all pronoun, Provenance goes with the properly gender-neutrally for many, though not all, characters. It's a convention that proves surprisingly easy to tune into, although I kept hearing the dialogue in a Yorkshire accent. Whoever he is now, he came into HWAE space on false pretenses, he says so himself. Leckie is happy to write unleavened SFESE of the inebriate Bedrakham's household. He had been given a post overseeing in Larium where the Garceti vestiges were kept kind. There will be readers who find this clogging, although hardened fans of space opera are certainly used to it. Behind this veil of estrangement is something rather more homely. Despite the existence of interstellar travel, Spider-Mechant houses built of ruined glass, much of Leckie's imagined universe feels familiarly old-fashioned police precincts out of Ed McBain public parks complete with visitor centers, restrooms, some snacks for sale, and a counter where a safety officer sat news feeds with clickbait headlines such as "Conscious AI makes its move at last. Is this the end for humanity?" Midway through the story a character is murdered with a common or garden kitchen knife, and the police check this weapon for fingerprints. People wear hairpins, walk with canes, swear quaintly, infernal powers, gods of the afterlife, sit in committee meetings and generally resemble characters from an ordinary novel of ordinary 20th or 21st century life. This is not exactly a criticism. The mix of the estranging and the cozy is part of Leckie's appeal, and her many fans will surely enjoy the way this new novel balances them. But we are entitled to wonder whether a 1,000-year-old galactic empire saturated with futuristic technology would be quite so recognizable. Adam Roberts' latest novel is The Real Town Murders Gaunch. Provenance is published by Orbit. To order a copy for £14.44 RRP £16.99, go to bookshop.theguardian.com or call 033033368646. Free UK PP over £10, online orders only. Phone orders mint PP of £1.99.